You're like, oh boy, we're gonna have a lot of ZVZs, expecting Behemoth to advance out of the group. Nothing against anything, and I'm not gonna get biasy, but Protoss in the lower leagues does tend to be a little bit stronger than most. I'm speaking out of frustration and experience myself.
Yeah.
But okay, tied up now 1-1. We hop into the final map. Oops, sorry, my mouse went to the middle of nowhere there. 1 sec. Bam! Spawning in the lower right corner of the map, he's going to be the orange Protoss player, Behemoth.
And in the top left spawn location, we've got our red Zerg player playing for Ally Esports. It is Apophis.
And I don't know if you saw chat there, just a small side note, guys. At the time of casting this, Hyun is currently 69-0 on the NA ladder. And not because I'm inappropriately childish at heart, but just because it's Hyun, I kind of wish he would never play another game on that account ever again. Just go buy a new account, Hyun. Like, you don't need, you just leave it there. Just don't touch it. But okay, focusing on the game at hand, of course, Behemoth has shown us he's really favoring Void Rays. And I don't know if it was what I discussed before, where it's like, look, you build at a lower league your confidence in one build. You don't come out with like 9 builds in your pocket, maybe 2 or 3 at most. And that's what really keeps players capped around Diamond / Platinum leagues, that general vicinity, where it's like, look, you've got good control, you've got maybe smart decision making, but you're kind of stuck on that one build. And if he's gonna go for a double Void Rays again, Apophis is gonna be like, look, I got this figured out, man. You saw my Hydras last game. Yeah, Hydras were ready for it.
Yeah, and despite losing the gold early on to the Zealots, just the Void Rays. The problem with Void Rays is that if you know how to deal with them, and if you just have a better engagement, better control, all of a sudden the Void Ray player just doesn't really have much of a chance and gets rolled over completely and utterly, and that's what happened in the last game. So, Behemoth could have done the engagement better. If he'd had the Templar position slightly better, gotten the feedbacks off on the Vipers before the Abducts went down to the Void Rays, then all of a sudden things could have been completely different. But I'll be interested to see if he goes for the same build once again.
Well, side note to that too, that's kind of like what I was saying before. Like, I made a joke mentioning Nomi's build before, but the reason Oracles are becoming more popular in the Zerg Protoss vs Zerg matchup too is, I mean, A, they can kill the Queen, that's great, whatever, cool, but they don't have a lot of energy to kill drones. But the key thing is they're microable. A Void Ray is slow and clunky and it hits really hard, but there's not a lot of micro involved with those beasts. You either pull it away.
To be fair, you can micro them, but it's really, 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 really hard.
Well, your micro extends to like.
While controlling them, like, holy crap.
But I mean, like, on this sort of tier of StarCraft 2, your micro involves like barely pulling them away and hoping that it outranges the Hydralisk. I mean, that's what you're limited to, not because of the players or not because of the skill cast, but it's just the way the unit is.
Yeah, very true. And apparently Wilco's awake at 5:45. I don't know what the hell that's about. He just came in and stole the water bottle. Hi, Wilco. Why are you awake?
Wilco is one of the other guys living in the Mind Sanity team house. People think Penguin has an imaginary friend and he's going crazy. Just for some context in stream.
Wilco is actually my imaginary friend. He's my only friend. He's imaginary.
How weird would that be, though, if you were his imaginary friend?
How weird would it be if, like, every time Wilco ever played versus anybody, it was actually me playing on his account and I wasn't aware of it?
How would that... what?
Because he's in my head. He's imaginary. That's why he never goes to lands. That's why he never goes to, like, big tournaments.
So you're going with like the Tyler Durden approach to things. I was just saying like maybe he doesn't exist, but okay, I can see that. The greatest non-land player ever, but no one's ever heard of him. But anyways, Behemoth being chased across the map by a couple lings from Apophis. Key thing about these lings, it's not about getting that probe kill, and I kind of wish he'd keep pushing. Because what he's going to want to do is like eventually be able to run these guys in. The Mothership Core is going to be covering the base for now, of course, but eventually it's going to move. And Apophis, if he's not going to Suicide and Overlord in, and let's be honest, it's way too early to Suicide and Overlord in, it's really important that he, on Heavy Rain especially, with so much area to build around, it's so much easier to hide tech than it is on any other map.
Oh yeah, that's so true. And we do have. I'm thinking what we're gonna see out of Behemoth is the same Warp Prism play that we saw in the first game that we saw up in today.
Nailed it. Good job, Penguin.
I don't like that he goes Warp Prism first. It's just kind of pointless. You might as well have the Immortals first if you're not gonna do anything with the Warp Prism.
Yeah, right. Because then you can fight if anything comes before the Warp Prism's in use.
Exactly. But it's not gonna make too much of a difference this game, as there is nothing aggressive coming out of Apophis,
dude,
who is going very fast lair, very fast 4 gases, and almost definitely Mutalisks.
If I may pay you a quick compliment here too, Penguin. That was a great call on the Warp Prism. Your prediction skills are on par. People, you know what? You should be casting for WCS or something.
Oh man.
That was like the most.
You did there.
That was like the most egotistical laugh you like ever. Like that wasn't like a bashful like oh you or anything like that. That was just like I cast for WCS. I hate you so much right now.
I'm sorry.
With no stalkers coming out early on like this too, this actually forces the overcharge.
Why does Behemoth keep using a photon overcharge to kill Overlord?
I'm fairly confident he doesn't want him to scout this, but it's very obvious what's going to happen because he sees the robo being chrono boosted. Like, you're not chrono boosting out an observer, my friend. Nobody does that, not even at these leagues. So right now, it's kind of like, okay, there's probably Immortals coming. But guess what? The Hydralisk Den was made before the Overlord even suicided in. So in anticipation of Void Rays, he's already countering what's coming his way. Because Behemoth has built his secondary build, like his backup build, holds the same weaknesses as his primary build.
Oh man, I don't like the 8 gateways either. I think that's just too much.
This is like
wait, is that 9 gateways?
Okay, I got this. This is like you go to fight Misty and you pick Charmander, so you're like, all right, well I'm gonna use Ponyta instead. Like it just doesn't work.
Okay, this number of he's going to 9 gateways. That just doesn't work. You cannot fund 9 gateways off 2 bases. It just doesn't make sense.
You can if your macro slips though.
To be fair, that's true.
And that's legitimately something that may end up happening, but
alright, here we go. Behemoth coming on in.
Surprise Hydralisks. Now as you can see, they do still hit really hard. I mean, like these are not roaches, it's not a free counter or a free win by any means, but it's still the Hydralisks will just tear through those shields. Lings on top of it too will be even worse.
Yeah. Surprise Hydralisks against the not so surprised Immortals here, but with a warping of 9 Zealots all of a sudden, this could be okay, but he needs to start warping in those units.
Oh, I love that ring to cover the Immortals from the Zerglings. That was actually pretty cool. Again, like Behemoth's got some pretty cool moves that I think with some good practice he could be a much better player. Not to say that he's a bad player now or anything like that, but I'm just saying I can see like the small rooms for improvement because he's already got control nailed down. He's got builds nailed down, as weird as they may be. He still sticks to them in the crisp. More Zealots warping here towards the main. If he picks up these Immortals, that'd be sick. Keep them alive a little bit longer.
Mothership Port goes down, which is a bit unfortunate for Behemoth.
But he's still
got to be careful about this Warp Prism too. He keeps loading the Immortals into it, but it is getting low on health.
He's wasting so much time killing Larva at the 3rd. Go kill the Natural with those Zealots, please.
Either way, though, I think Apophis just didn't respond to this right. He had too many Hydras, not enough Lings, nothing to tank for those Hydralisks, and as a result, Behemoth is looking very solid to take this game.
He is. Drones are kind of just been pulled at this point, and Warp Prism, if he could have taken care of the Warp Prism, that's another thing too. Like he initially was focusing with the Queen, but then stopped when it came back for like round 2. Yeah. Well, Hydralisks then falls.
8 Zealots just kind of doing nothing between the Natural and the 3rd.
This is what I'm saying.
I think it's just gonna be enough.
The power of Protoss. You don't even need to use No, I'm not. No, I'm really not getting to balance stuff, guys. I'm just having some fun. But Zealots are not going to quite be able to kill the hatchery. The Immortals might just finish the job, though. If he would get the second one involved. But, okay, the Queen's actually going to drag the second one to force it to be involved. Anyways, hatchery goes down. Now on 1 base.
Finally goes down. Apophis at 36 supply. Behemoth at 79. This is pretty much over, guys.
Yep.
And that means that Behemoth is going to advance to play against OP once again.
If OP, you know, if I was OP, I would have been watching this match though. Like, you should be on stream, like paying keen attention to what Apophis does, because at this point, he's seen both of his builds.
Yeah, and he's already played against both of his builds and beaten them both too. So I have to wonder if Behemoth has something else up his sleeve.
Like, the thing is, when you beat a player, guys, and you have to fight them later, like, you have a good idea what they're going to do. But the point of, like, keeping an eye on a stream or trying to spectate is, like, knowing if they've got anything else up their sleeve. And, unfortunately, Behemoth